Hey everybody, this is Josh Freeman with 10 Digital Media, and I am so excited to be here today with Robb Fahrion from Flying V Group, and we're just going to share a little bit of information about how to stay ahead with your digital media during these crazy times. Robb, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Really appreciate it, Josh.
It's my pleasure. Robb, tell me first of all, what is Flying V Group?
Sure. Flying V Group, we're a full scale digital marketing and advertising agency. So we help clients with web design and development, search engine optimization, paid advertising, and social media marketing. So all encompassing, full scale, everything under one roof for your digital marketing strategy.
And I love it. And one of the things you and I had talked about was that even though we both work with and own and run digital media companies, my services being video production and photography are very unique and specialized, as are all of your offerings, but they're different from what we offer. And so I feel like we complement each other very well. Um,
Definitely.
so I'll start with, what are you guys doing to stay ahead during these times? Have you guys decided to start new things and pivot in a different direction, or are you guys just blazing forward with what you guys are already doing?
We've definitely made adjustments for sure. I think any business that hasn't made adjustments, right, is in a very unique place. I'd love to actually talk to them and see what kind of business that is, right? But we've really taken this opportunity to kind of take a step back, take a deep breath, right, and recalibrate. We've really put an emphasis on new content creation for our business, going back, writing up those case studies that we've put off, right, just because so busy with everything else. Really starting to focus on the ability to create content, to show our expertise, and to utilize that extra time that we do have available now, because we have lost clients, and we've been pretty open about that. It's just kind of the nature of the situation. We've had clients that have had to close their doors. With that leads to cutting costs with marketing and advertising, and so we've been filling that gap with ways that we can improve our own business during this time with all that available extra time that we have at the end of the day.
Well, I think that's just kind of the way it's going right now. Everyone's being very introspective, personally introspective of, okay, what am I doing in my life, and is it the right thing I should be doing? But then as in business, we're doing the same thing. We're going, okay, this is the way that it was. It's probably not going to be the same ever again. There'll be a shell of what
Right.
was before, but there's going to be something just a little bit different. And we're looking for new things. I mean, for example, this broadcast is something new that my company 10 Digital Media is now offering. And frankly, I would have never even looked into this, had this not happened. I would
Right.
never imagine I'd be
Right.
sitting in a bedroom in my house right now, having this conversation when I have this beautiful office that's just 5 minutes away that nobody's going to right now.
Exactly. And I think that's one of the things that we prioritized as well was additional networking, additional outreach with others that might be in our same boat, and learning from them and seeing, hey, what are you doing now? What changes and adjustments have you made? Because we're all in the same boat, right? Everyone has experienced some sort of loss, I would assume, right? Very few have gone the other direction. And so we're all there. We're all in the same boat. We've all experienced some loss of some sort. And so it's a great opportunity for us to meet new people. Obviously, we just met a couple weeks ago, and strategize with others that bring different viewpoints, different experiences. So I think, with everything, obviously it's been an unfortunate situation over the last couple weeks, but there are silver linings. And I thought too, as business owners, is to find those silver linings and see, hey, how can we capitalize on this? How can we help our clients? How can we open their eyes to new opportunities during this time as well? Because new opportunities have presented themselves.
Well, I think you hit it right on the head. I mean, right now, I think is a time for people to be helping people, and if we have ways with our businesses that we've already put in place, to do that, we should be sharing that right now. And,
Definitely.
this is something that we're trying to do a lot of. I released a video on how to make your audio better with Zoom, and how to make your video look a little bit cleaner. And, like I
Right.
said, now we're trying to just make people's live productions look and sound professional in a time when everybody needs that. That said, we already have some products that haven't required us to go out. We've been doing these 2D animations for a really long time where people send us text and we take stock footage and we take, content that's already been captured and we make these amazing videos. Well, we've been doing these for years, But right now we're pushing it really hard because we don't really have the ability to film things or photograph things safely.
Yeah,
So,
right.
again, we're kind of just doubling down on products that, we've already created and trying to get the world to see, look, you can still market yourself.
For sure. Yeah, I look back to even our own YouTube channel, and when I first started the company, I mean, I had some videos sharing my screen, little bubble, just not high production of anything, but I go back and I look, and some of those videos have 4,000 views, 5,000 views, and that stuff starts to add up, right? And so I think I look back like, okay, I'm going to start doing more videos because those are things that have provided a lot of value. They've allowed us to show our expertise in this space, and so we've taken all those things that maybe have got swept under the rug when the craziness of the business world is operating at a normal level, and now we've had the ability, like I said, take a step back and say, hey, let's pick up those activities again, or let's figure out how we can use this time to integrate those processes into regular business activity once things start to normalize. So it's been good, I think, in the sense that you've had the opportunity to really analyze your business, dig a little bit deeper, question what you have been doing in the past. So I think this is a great time to start doing that. I think even about a blog post I wrote, it talks about 41 marketing questions that you should ask. I went back and actually answered those again for my own business, and it really opened my eyes to new opportunities and things that, hey, we need to clean this up, or maybe we need to pivot from this direction. So just trying to make the most out of every single day. And I know it's been difficult, but there is, if you look, there's opportunity that exists because of everything that's going on.
I'm curious, what was the most blaring question on that list that you think may have a different answer now than before, or something that people should just be really focusing on right now?
Yeah, the big one for me is the question was if you could describe your business in 8 words or less, right? What it is you do to get that point across so succinctly. And that definitely changed from when I would have answered that before to the point where we're increasing clients' online visibility, even less than 8 words, right? And so we've really been able to hone in on our messaging, tighten that up. Obviously, people nowadays have very little time. They're very busy. So that's another place to look to is, hey, am I saying too much on my website? Do I need to rewrite my copy? Who am I targeting with my messaging? I think now is the best time to kind of take the extra time that you do have to focus on questions like that.
I would say everybody needs videos and photos more than ever.
For sure.
That's my eight.
Yeah,
That's my 8 words. If I had like 8 words to
yeah,
describe what we're doing right now, that would be
yeah.
what it is.
Well, you've had a major. I mean, you've had a major shift in the market with how people do business, and I think for our industry, we've actually used this as an opportunity to ramp up our own marketing and advertising efforts because the digital space is becoming even more important right now. Recently, we had a financial advisory firm, they reached out to us and said, hey, we've been doing things like this for the last 20 years, but now we can't go and meet clients. And we need a new presence. We need to be online. We need to be readily available. And I think that's happening a lot more places than probably you would think about without actually looking and researching into it. So yeah, I think a lot of it is just core business principles and how we operate with the remote work as well. It's created a new world that we live in, I think.
I would definitely agree with that. I had a conversation with somebody that said they were trying to do Zoom meetings with their company, and people just, some people weren't getting it, weren't appreciating it. Some were, but some weren't. Well, now everyone's just being forced to video chat. And when we come out of this, and we will come out of this, I mean, there's going to be a time now when everyone's going to go back to work, kids are going to go back to school or summer camp or whatever it is. People are just going to now be learning how to do it, and they're going to be a lot more comfortable with it. And I think that it's going to be a big change that we're going to see. That a lot more of our life is going to be digital, a lot more of our life is going to involve video, and a lot more of our life is just going to be spent online in enclosed spaces that are just safe, which hopefully won't be my bedroom or guest room anymore, but will just force us to be using the technology more and more.
Right. Right. Yeah, I've even noticed just in meetings that I've had the number of video participants that are actually in the meetings now, as to where before, you'd have someone that was connected. We use Google Hangouts and was connected via Google Hangouts, but they weren't displaying their video, right? I think now it's become just a kind of a standard practice to where, hey, people like to see your face, and now it's like, wearing a baseball hat or T-shirt, right? You don't necessarily need to be dressed to the nines because everyone knows that, hey, you're probably at home sitting on your couch anyways.
People give
So
me a hard
yeah,
time about wearing a T-shirt and jeans most days when I'm working, and because they're all dressed to the nines, suits and everything. And now that we're doing this, I see you people out there, and I know you don't dress that way all the time. Nothing's changed here. I'm just in a different space,
Exactly.
Well, anything else you want to add? Again, I'm really grateful that we've taken the time to do this, just to share some information with the world. Let's close with, what's one more thing, that you're trying to get out to the world, that you're doing right now that is helping work-wise with your business?
Right. Yeah, I think it's actually exactly what we're doing right now. We are putting a focus on the video conferencing piece from a content creation standpoint. So as I mentioned earlier, whether it's tutorial type videos or podcast type, we're trying to get something similar, a weekly series to where we're bringing guests in. Would love to have you on once we kind of get that situated. But those are the big platforms that we're focusing on, because it's just the way of the times now. It's easily accessible. People love video as well, in terms of engagement. So like when we consider things from a marketing standpoint, we can keep people on a page longer when there's video content, because people like watching videos. Not everyone wants to read a 2,000 word blog post. There are some people that will, definitely, because there's a lot of value in those too. But to accompany it with a video that kind of gets those points across a little bit quicker, I just think it's going to be an industry that it's already exploding, but this is even going to double the size of the video marketing industry and how people are getting their messages across to others.
Yeah, and I think for us, we're just trying to let the world know that, there are options out there. You don't have to stop doing what you're doing. If you can't do a conference live, we have ways just like this, like the conversation you and I are having, to do this live, or to, make it look more professional, sound more professional than what most people are doing with, Zoom or Skype or Teams, right?
Definitely. Yeah, I'm 100% on board with that. And I think too, the other thing is, and we spoke about this earlier, but just, it's okay to go outside your comfort zone too, and ask for help, or to share your experiences. We've been very transparent with the amount of business we've lost, what we're doing to fill those gaps, right? How we're approaching the situation. And I think just the more people you can talk with, network with, people, I've found in business, people are more often than not willing to help, versus the opposite. And especially in a time like this, you really see the good in people when we're all in the same boat and we're all trying to move in the same direction. And I think, it's okay to lean on others in times like this.
I agree. And I think it's an amazing thing to see this is happening internationally. This isn't just local to where we are. This isn't just our country. The entire world right now, is coming together to fight this thing. Yet we're all just trying to get ahead and survive and try to pick up the pieces wherever we are.
Right.
All right, Rob. Well, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you doing this, and I look forward to more conversations in the future. I'm Josh Freeman with 10 Digital Media. Please like this, subscribe to our channel, and I look forward to sharing a lot more of these with you soon.